Hi, it's Hazel and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Happy Design. In the last few haul videos, I've neglected to say that the hashtag I typically use is Thrifty Canucks and Thrifted Treasures. The first one is hosted by my buddy, Kim Newberg, and the second is by a person I know less well, but it's Dale in the U.S. So, yeah, if you want to see other haul videos, thrifting videos that have that hashtag, that's the best way to find them. Anyway, this will be a relatively small haul. And again, that doesn't make it any less work to, find a spot for it and, the typical challenges we all have. Anyway, let's get to it. And of course, you may have noticed, if you think about me at all, you may have noticed that I now seem to have a weakness for and spending a great deal of time and money collecting fibers. And honestly, I'm not going to be able to use all these things because it's far too much. However, if you're just beginning and do have the ability to set some limits for yourself, these, whether it's yarn or crochet thread, make great additions to, I'm just trying to make room here so I don't forget this particular item, make great additions to tassels and spine dangles. So, you may not know it, but this is my second favorite color, or maybe purple and this maroon, burgundy, whatever, are tied for first place. I thought this was rather interesting in that it's got these little tiny, I don't know, I suppose they're kind of sequin, even though they're square, threaded onto or on the strands every so often. So I think that would be kind of cool to add a bit of glimmer to. Now, okay, with this being the way it is, this would have to be couched onto a project. And this also reminds me that I have a slow stitch pouch that I started in my favorite color, or this favorite color, way back when, and it was one that I did as a result of my very first swap, and that was with, had been arranged through Marnell at Mimi's Keepsakes. So I need to find that thing and finish it, and this would be a perfect addition. How's that for justification? I forgot to tell you, because I do have a number of new subscribers, and I love you guys for taking that step. I've neglected to tell you that my official title is Queen of Rationalization. So I use it myself, and I'm willing to help you rationalize anything you need to. So just ask. Okay, so obviously it's pretty clear what these other things are. Again, something big and bulky like this or like this. Now, I intend to put some of this in for Kim, because, of course, this is one of her favorite colors. I think the embroidery or crochet thread with, or even this yarn with a little fleck of silver or gold in it is really, you're sort of getting double your money, because it's adding that bit of glimmer and shine. This is, see, I paid $1 for this. This is kind of a delicate thing, which I could see on a baby journal or anywhere else where the colors work. This bag, again, let's see, this cost $1, so that seems very thick. These, to me, they're so tactile, they're so interesting, because somehow in the making of them, they've managed to add these bits of extra interest or Whoops, almost. Do you want to see me juggle these? No, it's not going to happen. I can't juggle. These almost feel a little bit coarse, but again, I can see using that in something that's perhaps a little grungier. So, yeah, I will. And of course, you know, these things are coming into the house faster than they're going out, or faster than they're getting used up. So my challenge, of course, is going to be to find a way that, sorry, let me drag my box a little closer. I'm throwing them back in the box, but I don't want to cover up other items that I still need to show you. So, you know, that is the $64,000 question. How does a person store, display, organize these things so that they are, number one, aesthetically pleasing, and number two, and probably more importantly, that they are getting used when they need to be. That clunking sound is them hitting the bottom of the box. Okay, well, let me show you this before I forget. You know, we like to think, or I like to believe, that the impulse to that the influence of the power of suggestion ended in grade 7 or 8. You know, like if your friends are going to jump off a bridge, are you going to jump off too? Well, apparently, if a friend called Jonna collects this kind of stuff, it would appear that means I need to as well. This is a little container here, which is, it's always great when it has a container. You know what? I bet you you know what? I talked about this in another video, so let me stop in mid-sentence. I just haven't put this away. Oh, I know. I pulled it out because I was starting to use it. Isn't that a novelty? Okay, forget I ever said that. Let's go on with some other things. I picked this package, paid $1.50 for this. I picked this package of shot glasses. Not because there's going to be some kind of a big soiree or a blowout party here at the studio, because goodness knows, remember, I am an introvert. I just thought that, let me open this up, that well, orange is a color that works in my studio for sure, color-wise. Although, you know, I would have bought them if they were clear too. Sometimes you need little mechanisms, little containers for sorting. Now, I suppose from a practical perspective, clear would have been better, because this is going to alter. Let's just open this up for a second. This is going to slightly alter colors. You know, there is a bit of a reflection that, but again, you know, I'm not painting the Mona Lisa, so I think a little bit of color, visual color transfer is not going to be a problem. Anyway, what I was trying to say is that if a person has a tray or a box, you know, probably close to this height, it would be great. Oh, I could do that cup, you know, that cup stacking. That could be another activity. When I have all my work done in the, seriously, when I can see putting a bunch of these in a box and having them available to when you need a variety of small things and you don't want them rolling all over your work surface, or you don't have the space to put all of your, you know, bring all of the containers with, perhaps, okay, what I'm trying to say here. So perhaps you're doing a mask make and you need eyelets and you need bulb pins and you need stickers and a few beads and whatnot. I thought that this would be kind of a convenient and effective way to get a whole bunch of things together, you know, stamps, whatever. So that was my thinking there. Okay, what else? I don't know why I keep finding pin cushions lately. This one says a grandma is a blessing. Now, to be honest, I thought I don't need any more pin cushions. I don't know. It might have been washed in the past. I think it could stand a cleaning. Let me do the sniff test. Doesn't stink. I thought, to be honest, that I would empty it out. That might be more trouble than it's worth, though, and use this in a baby journal. Because, of course, you know, in most cases, the birth of a baby also means that somebody or a couple people are becoming grandmas. So, I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. I'll probably put that with the baby stuff. Found this partial roll of double-sided tape, so I usually buy it if the price is right. 75 cents seems cheap. Now, obviously, I need to remind myself to use it more often. I guess the reason I probably don't reach for it as often as I should is that it's pretty unforgiving. And, you know, if you're the kind of person that doesn't care if something is crooked, you know, yay. But that would annoy me. So I think that, anyway, let me leave this front and center here to use almost immediately. I have a Tombow, what do you call these things? You know, tape, what do they call these things? Well, tape applicator, whatever, and I thought $1 for a refill was pretty good. Now, I know I have other refills, so again, it's one of those things. Use it, kiddo. Use it, use it, use it. Now, if you saw the video I did on sorting my zippers, you would think to yourself, well, why in the world did she buy, why in the world did she spend, why in the world did she blow 25 cents on a bag of zipper pulls? They just kind of appealed to me. And, you know, a couple of purple ones are fun. Some blue ones, and then, of course, your basic, you know, black, white. What the heck? Oh, my goodness, look at that. Can you believe how cute that is? Here's one that's bigger than this kind. Like, I just thought this was very intriguing. And it also, doesn't this sort of trigger an idea in your mind as to, and honestly, look at all, this probably isn't the greatest backdrop for showing you stuff like this, but look at the variety in sizes and shapes of these pulls. You've got like a teardrop, an oval, a rectangle. They're beautiful. Now it makes me want to yank all the pulls off all of my zippers. But let's say I'm going to attempt to demonstrate some discipline. And I will not do that until I use these. Because honestly, those are some pretty appealing colors. And in fact, I should separate out the blue ones right now and throw them in with my Peacock Journal stuff. Do I want to throw purple in there too? Like, look at how nice that looks. Okay, this is going in the purple thing. Not the purple, the Peacock thing. Best 25 cents I've ever spent. Okay, what's next here? Again, this isn't a particularly big haul, but interesting. I'm not entirely sure where I picked these up. I would, like, they're like another 25 cents. She's up to 50 cents already. I would consider these sort of sequin-like. Oh, sealed. I have used this sort of thing before because they have a hole at one end. You can you can spill them all over the place. You can obviously hook them onto a bulb pin or a safety pin or a spine dangle. You know, use them as a pretty big. You know, this is so much more flashy than a sequin is, because it's, I would say that's almost 3/4 of an inch. Use that as a bit of, you know, bling, a bit of glitter and shine. Probably too big for the average slow stitch project, but anyway, you don't need me to tell you that. Rick Crack, always buy it if I see it. Oh, now I'm up to 75 cents. This is an assorted bag of safety pins. Now, I didn't open this because obviously, oh, this size says 50 cents. Wonder what she charged me. Oh, and there's a button in there and some crumbs of some kind, paper crumbs. But I don't know if you've seen the price of pins. It's kind of outrageous, I would say. So this is a mixture, obviously, of sort of, you know, the silver and gold ones in a variety of sizes. So I will add this to my pin jars. I think I have most of my pins separated by, oh, there's a straight pin and a button. I think I have most of mine separated by size, not by color. So, again, if you see, let me get rid of this debris. If you see, like, you know, whether I paid 50 cents or 25, it's a steal of a deal either way. This might not have been, this backdrop here is probably a little bit busy for a thing like this. There was a pretty affordable price on some postcards, so I picked these two because they have lavender, and I picked this one because it has a bike on it. Now, these apparently were all IKEA prints, or, you know, how they keep coming up with sets of these things to frame and use in decor. This was probably a lot of money to pay for this. K & Company, 24 cards and envelopes, 4 each of 6 designs, acid-free, blah, blah, blah. So $5. But I think the reason I like them is, number one, like, I don't need envelopes, but I will use envelopes. I think what I liked about them was the fact that it's really a good combination of colors. Like, doesn't that kind of just make you smile? And, well, I guess somebody started doing something. Oh, on several of them. Let's see. But what I also liked about them is they have a pre-cut window in them. And it looks like even the little thing that came out of there is in there. Now, or I shouldn't say that. Maybe whoever owned this. Oh, that might have been done by the previous owner. But, you know, who doesn't love having, oh, see, this could be this one. Who doesn't love having some of this kind of, you know, fiddly work pre-done? It's a nice weight of paper. Anyway, let's see which, okay, so some of these are untouched. Kind of like this gingham, to be honest. So it's got a wee bit of grunge in the design. Oh, look at these. I think I'll put this with the peacock. Oh, superstar. Well, I don't like this. I would have to try to pry, well, I would have to pry that off. Where's my little spatula thing? I'm finally getting used to having my Lazy Susan tool caddy thing on this, on the desk, as opposed to on the cart beside me. Obviously, once I get this off, oh dear, that's doing some damage there. I guess, you know, you're probably thinking, well, why are you wasting our time showing you this? I guess I'm thinking that for new subscribers, or even a reminder for people who've been at this a while, that we don't necessarily have to use things the way we find them. If we don't like something, we can get rid of it. Okay, so I'm putting, is this, okay, I'm putting, oh, happy. Well, maybe I could live with happy. These are going to go with the peacock stuff. So I'll stick those by those those zipper pulls. Celebrate you. See, that's a little too cutesy for me. This has, those are kind of cool. Oh, those are just fancy little brads that look like Phillips screw heads. And there's a little something, something. Another little car thing. Thought you could use a little pickup. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Now this to me is poor design, but anyway, you can see I will remove whatever I don't want. I'm starting a little pile in the corner here, so hope that doesn't interfere with your ability to see. I picked this up because the price was right. It's a Stampin' Pastels for all your works of art. Oh, isn't that clever? Non-toxic acid free. You can see it is virtually intact. There have been, like they have those little sort of dauber type things. Oh, these are just loose in here. Somehow I thought they were, anyway, I guess it doesn't matter. And then an eraser, so I'm not entirely sure what that's for, but I will add this to my art crash cart. Whoops. They were down here for a reason. You can't close it if they're too far up. Oh, and if you oh, see, that could be very annoying. If you don't keep the rows, oh, you know what? Good grief. All this stuff, these all belong in their little compartments down here. Anyway, I won't do that on your time. Okay, this was an IQ test and I failed. Okay. Another thing that I always pick up if it's reasonably priced are these plastic type sorting things. I don't need this because I'm not hanging this anywhere. Anyway, it was a little dirty, as these things often are. but I paid 75 cents for it. I'm honestly baffled and offended by the price of plastic or acrylic storage. I don't understand how that could possibly be justified. So when I see something like this, oh, and I did wash this already. This isn't a system I've seen before. And all it had in it were these, now I hope these snap in. Not really, or not very well. All it had was these two long dividers. So I think that could definitely work in my favor. Or for that matter, I could use it without any of this stuff. And I think most of us have surplus of the little, you know, these sorts of dividers. But anyway, I will be using this for something. I still have a bunch of beads that I have to put. Not that this would be good for beads, because the sections are too big probably, but or not probably, they are. Now, I don't know when this video will be airing, but I think it's a safe bet that it will be after August 24th. So I'll talk about it anyway, just because, you know, you can always go back to a replay if you've missed something live. Again, 25 cents. Where's the cover page, though? His Everlasting Love. This was a 2021 calendar, which reminds me I need to fussy cut around this. So I got this stuff that I'm showing you yesterday, and I was doing some fussy cutting, as you'll see, as I was watching TV. So sometimes like this, if it's a very grid-like straight lines kind of thing, I just save it and then use my cutter on it just to save my hands and some time. Anyway, the reason I brought up August 24th is because on that day, Carol from Crinkled Path will be, well, she'll be leading the session, but I think Jonna from, I know that Jonna from the Preppy Crafty Girl has also done Bible journaling and has taught Bible journaling, as has Carol. Angela, the traveling crafter, and I, so the four of us will be doing lives, and it'll be live on each of our channels, but we'll all be together learning the basics of Bible journaling. So what I have been doing in preparation for that, I bought the ESV, English, I think English Simplified Version of the Bible with the 2-inch margins. That's the thing that was recommended to me, so I bought one of those. And a little bit pricey. And I have been, since then, we've had this in the works for, you know, maybe a month or two. Since then, I've also been setting aside scripture that, you know, means something to me, or I feel that I should be spending some time pondering. So those are scripture. Anyway, I guess I'm probably taking too long saying all this. So 25-cent calendar. So I fussy cut. That's not going to help you see any better. I fussy cut some of the images because they're lovely, and the paper is really, it's textural. There's a little butterfly I have to fussy cut. I don't know if I'm going to end up doing anything with these actual calendar numbers, because goodness knows I've got lots of those. So because I just did this last night, I haven't really separated this, but I do have a drawer in one of those plastic, you know, drawer things, 3-drawer thing. that would, where I would put all this stuff that I intend to use, or at least have available to me when we do that live on Bible journaling. So if it's something that you are interested in, now I've been assured that you don't have to, you don't have to be ordained, or you don't have to be, you don't have to prove any kind of credentials. So these still need to be cut out. Oh, I think I was going to just cut these off, like for potential pockets. So I think Carol will be talking a bit about the evolution of Bible journaling, who some of the early people were that did it, and how it has evolved. And now there's a lot of crossover between, maybe the pure original way of doing it and the what has almost evolved and become closer to junk journaling. So anyway, I just thought I would show you that. Again, in case this video airs. If this video ever ends, it might just plant the seed of what a person could be looking for or collecting if you want to, do some experimentation, or if you're already doing Bible journaling, perhaps take you to another level. Now, wasn't that just a mouthful? Okay. We're almost done here, I think. Yeah, we're almost done. Wonder of wonders. Oh, this is weird. These look like little toques to me. So this is something that's got some rigidity to it. Like if there was a little head there, it would be darn cute. So I don't know. Actually, I think I just came up with an idea. I think that what I would do is attach a string and let these be tree ornaments, because, they're far too bulky to use any other way. Oh, you know what? So it looks like this has just been wrapped around something. I don't know, probably maybe a paper towel roll or something like that. All these fibers brought through, and then a piece of yarn wound around them like a tassel, and that's like the pom-pom on top of a toque. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with those. 25 cents. Okay, I don't need, how gross is that bag? I guess I can reuse it. This will more than likely, rights reserved, U.S. Obviously it was sealed. And I know that there are definitely people out there who collect Disney stuff. Terry, I'm thinking of you. Carol, thinking of you. So if I find that this is intact, so it's Disney, I Found It Hidden Picture Game. 2021, Ravensburger. So those are the people that make those cool puzzles. Oh, Radiator Springs. No, but how do you know what you're supposed to be looking for? Pooh. You know what? I think that in order to have more people maybe have access to this, what I would probably do is, I Found It. Discover hidden items and beloved giant 6-foot board. Oh, so this is incomplete. This is just cards, but pretty darn cute. And, oh, here's where it tells you. Dishes. You got to find dishes. Here you've got to find rabbits. Okay, so that's cool. Anyway, I will ponder what to do with this and how best to get it into more people's hands. So this, again, never know the future of my live sales, but this could very well be coming to a live sale. Let me cut this open. I don't know why I'm so attracted to chipboards. This is K & Company. Chipboard things. Maybe it's these cool boxes. So this one, and of course I've got millions of letters, you know, ABCs, alphabets. Girly girl, once upon a time. Oh, hey, these could have a hole punched in them and use them on a dangle. Wouldn't that be cute? Because if it spins around, it's still beautiful and readable on the other side. So that could obviously go into my tea journal thingamajig. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a video on that. Now, whether or not this was intact, I guess it would have been, because I just cut those seals. You will find sugar, spice, and everything nice with Brenda Walton's chipboard embellishments from K & Company. Heavyweight die-cut chipboard pieces make it easy to add sturdy, stylish dimensions to paper crafts. Both sides are pre-printed with fun phrases and expressions, sweetly adorned with Brenda's lovely dollhouse patterns. Can't sell these made in China, but I can certainly use them. Anyway, so watch for a video on that. Who knows when. This was, again, taped, but the price tag, which I guess I sort of appreciate, someone must have counted the cards, because it said complete. Now, this, for those of you who maybe caught my last live sale, my August live sale, would have seen that I was selling bundles off pages from a 1959-1960 Eaton's catalog. So Eaton's was a family-owned Canadian department store. And like so many department store, you know, when buying habits and so on changed, it was one of those things that was closed. Now these cards are so cute because it looks like they are reproductions of catalog covers. So this one is Spring and Summer 1909, and that's what would have been on the cover. This one was Fall and Winter 1908-1909. So they're obviously pristine because you saw me just open them. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to, what does it say about where this was? Made in Hong Kong. That's another no. From a tariff perspective. Oh, I guess I thought I was down with the last two items, but apparently not. This is wallpaper border, intact, printed in Canada. So I could presumably, it's 5 yards, I could presumably cut this into pieces and sell it in a sale. I like when these, when borders have sort of a die-cut edge to them, because it just makes for a more interesting signature page, and that's how I use mine. And I know that I have, I did a series of videos on how I prep my thrifted supplies. This, I would say, is probably, this one wasn't marked as complete. So this is a set of cards, but what? Creative Child Games. Hearts card game. Oh, those are kind of cool backs. So it's got these cool looking people on it. Must be fairly old because that guy is holding a telephone that is like we would have used back in the day. Oh, he's a telephone repairman. Pardon moi. Plumber. See, plumber, policeman, newspaper reporter. I'm thinking that those are careers that are, oh, look at the librarian, are safe from AI. Nurses, firemen, neighborhood helpers game. Cool. So those are cute, and they really don't have much of a shine to them. It seems almost like matte. They're not glossy like most playing cards or flashcards. Is this my final item? I think this might be best for last. Oh no. 2 more, no, 3 more items. Jeez, I made a pile of them. Okay, this says self-adhesive notes. Now, I paid $1.50 for this. And what I liked about them, it says Schoolworks, sticky block assortment, made in China. However, I need a knife. They're really cute. So here's a stack of books with, you know, some school stuff, a globe and some books and a frog reading. Oh, 2 different designs. I didn't realize that. Anyway, if that is the only place those designs are on the edge of the block, then naturally once I start using the block, oh, and these are sticky. Unless they're all dried up. Yeah, see how that's going to gradually disappear. Do they actually stick though? Because you know, sometimes those off-brand, oh, it's one of those. So it looks like this is going to have to stay intact as a decorative item because Lord knows this is going to be crappy. Did I need that for $1.50? Perhaps not. But it is cute. So I will add this to one of my bookcases. Now this, and I don't, you know, like sometimes I just don't understand how pricing or the rationale for pricing works. Would you believe that this was in a display? Now these are probably 1.5 inches. Gotta love a good garage sale. No kidding. Garage sale queen. Dance. Take life by the hand and dance. Wish. Today well lived makes every yesterday a dream and every tomorrow a vision of hope. You see things and say why, but I dream things that never were and say why not. These are all such good messages too. Dream. Now this, oh, this is like, you know, almost like a, oh, what do you call those things? You know, where you've got something like this and you're encouraged to sort of finger it during a meditation session. This says listen and obviously a treble clef. Next mood swing, 6 minutes. And swing. Okay, all of these, you saw me cut that bag open, were in, oh, see, in the hook, the little ring is that sideways, so you could actually put a chain through it and it would hang right. All of these things were in a bag, in a display that was 6 for $1 or 25 cents each. Like, I don't get it, but I was happy to buy it. That's what I mean. Who decided that? I don't know what I paid. Oh, maybe I do know what I paid for that. 50 cents. So this is a teeny tiny little square of fabric. I didn't realize that it's ripping, you know, obviously when they make them, they catch so little of the fabric. So that's a point of wear and vulnerability. So there are a couple of places where this is ripped, but more than likely I would be taking this lace off anyway. The lace is almost bigger than the stuff it is around. So anyway, so there's that. And then now, finally, finally, I've come to my last, no, maybe not. Yeah, I've come to my last item for this video, and it is a brand new 2004 Peanuts calendar. And it was printed in the US, which means that I could sell it at a live sale for those people who love Peanuts and are collectors. So the box itself is cute and could make a cute journal cover. Oh, so this is I guess this is what it looks like. So it's a cartoon strip. This particular one is 1992. Yeah, so it's comic strips, apparently in black and white, with, I don't know if he'd be the only character or if all of these guys get their moment in the sun. But I will be offering this either in my Etsy shop or in at a live sale. So that, my lovelies, is that. I will see you guys in the next one. As always, I'm curious as to what you liked and what. I don't think I had any questions about usage this time, other than was this the most novel thing you saw here today? I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.